Hello everybody, welcome back to another Sudden Strike QED editor tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about reserves. Not the lives reserves that I covered in the individual group properties, but actual like full-scale new units, a whole thing of reserves. And they're basically like any Sudden Strike mission where you get like a whole giant line of reserves out of nowhere, that's basically what this is. And you can also, I believe on one of the Soviet campaign missions, there's a factory where it's like a reoccurring thing. That's also with reserves. It's just that it's spawning inside the map and it's on a much smaller scale and there's some timers going on. But I'll show you how to do that too. But we are also going to be covering scripting in this. Nothing too crazy. And Sudden Strike, the QED editor isn't crazy at all with scripting. It's pretty straightforward. It's just block, block, block. Everything makes sense for the most part. But in order to spawn reinforcements or reserves, you have to have a gate, just like for the reinforcements. Nope, I keep saying reinforcements. The reserves for the lives of individual units, like I covered in the previous video, in the groups video. And so you have your gates tab right here. You can get that by just creating a mission. I believe that is considered a mission property, so if you just make a map, you're not going to have it. And then to place a gate, you click anywhere. Left click anywhere. That places the spawn point. The red flag is the spawn point, and then you right click anywhere, and that gives you the destination. Now you have this width modifier right here, which just makes it longer. But it only works when you're on the edge of the map. So right here, if we max that out, whole long line. If we spawn like 50 guys, they're all going to spawn at one of these flags and just spread out. But if we want to do what they did in that mission with the factory, it's just one square spawning inside the map. But you can still spawn inside the map. It's just you can't do like gigantic spawns out of nowhere inside the map, which is probably thankful because if they were able to do that in the fucking in the campaign or any mission, these fucking map makers, they probably would have done that. But yeah, so if you want brand new reinforcements, you can go really wide out here, make it as wide as you want. But if you want like I suppose you could have like several different spawns, several different gates, and just do what you want. But if it's inside the map, only one square can be spawning things at a time. So we'll start with just a basic one. We'll have all this set up right here. I think I should probably get rid of. I have a whole bunch of scripts working. Oh no, I don't. No, yeah, I never covered any scripts. Yeah, here are the locations. Okay, get rid of these locations. Get rid of all these locations. We'll keep location 1. We'll make the destination of gate A around location 1. No, we won't. No. Because you can specify a location, or you can specify no location, and then the reserves will just go to the destination flag. So that's all you really need to do inside like the physical editor. Now it's just, I guess, configuring stuff. So go up to properties. Then we got reserves here. And they got a whole list of blank reserve templates. So you can click on one, hit edit, and then you got a save and load button here. So you can save these to like .txt files, edit them, and load them, save them, do whatever you want with them. So and editing them in the txt, that makes it a lot easier to like add a whole bunch of units really quickly. Because this is just like anything else. To add a unit to the reserve list, you select it in here, you select all your settings, and then you just click the green box, and it'll just add one. So you probably want to add. You have to add something this way, but once you have all your stuff, you can save it and then copy and paste, and then get as many as you want. So we'll make this A1 because we already have a 0 in play. 0 lives, 0 experience, 100 hit points, 100 ammo. We will... I guess we'll just go crazy with a bunch of allied infantry. I have a submachine gunner, heavy. Get some flamethrowers in there. Did I already do the subby? I think I did. officer, and then rifleman. And we'll throw some tanks in there. Get a big Sherman and a little Sherman. So now, if we were to set up everything and script it, all these 5 or 6 guys would just spawn. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 7. But if we want to, if we could individually add each guy by just clicking this, but that's annoying. So we'll save here, save this, and I already have my own reinforcements folder. We'll just do QED tutorial. So that's going to be the name of the file, and I have to go find that again. Editing, reinforcements, and then you just go find it's actually a .sup file, but you should be able to open it with Notepad, and it works just like Notepad or a txt file. So here we go. We got all the units we placed. The Sherman 3, the Sherman 5, the sniper is actually the rifleman, officer, flamer, heavy machine gunner, and then just submachine gunner. So, and then you do have to leave an open space right here. Leave this open, and then you have to have end at the end. So, if you do this, what the fuck? If you do this, it's not gonna read the first guy. So you have to have an empty space at the top here. And now you can just copy and paste. You can get lots of guys very quickly, much faster than just sitting there. Whoops. Than just sitting there and I accidentally. Okay, get that to 4. Much faster than sitting here and clicking this green button and going back and forth and selecting the units you want. In this way, all you have to do is just select the all the guys you want once, and then just copy and paste however many you want in there. So we'll just go. Oops. Do whatever the hell we want. Yeah, I did it again, son of a bitch. Holy fuck. Okay, that's good enough. Whatever. You get the point. You can just copy and paste as much as you want. So now we have to go load it up. It's not going to register because all we did is just save it to some random location. So it's not going to register in here yet. So we want to go to load, and then you go find the one you just saved. And now we have a whole bunch of dudes. All the guys we copy and pasted. So there we go. That's our reserve done. Oh, you can give it a name too. Test. And then it'll show up right here. It'll give you the unit count and then test. So 23 units. If you have guys loaded in trucks, I think it only counts the truck, not all the guys inside, but they'll still spawn. So there we go. That's our reserve set up and the gate set up, and now we have to script it. So to go to scripts in general, you go to Properties, Scripts, and click New to make a new script. We will name this Spawn Reserves. This is the start, the trigger, and then this is the response. So by default you start up on the trigger. You can click down here and get all the responses. But we'll go up here, set mission start to the trigger. Just make an incredibly basic reinforcement script, and then we have send reinforcement right here. I believe anything that says Zeppelin, this is just like a general scripting thing. Anything that says Zeppelin, I believe this is for multiplayer stuff. I haven't messed around with multiplayer stuff because I don't do multiplayer. And then define initial forces, I believe that's also multiplayer related. And you got resurrect units. You can mess around with this stuff. Most of it I've already covered. It's just phrased differently, I guess. But the one we're looking for is send reinforcements. So then you basically it's just like fill in the blanks. It's incredibly easy. So 2-player, if you want to send them to you, you send them to you. If you want to send them to the enemy, ally, whatever. So we want to send them to us, so we'll select player, and then of reinforcement type, that is the reserve template we made. That is the type. And then via anchor, which is just gates basically. So via gate A right here. Location, we have location 1 and then the flag. If we want them to just go to the flag, we just leave this 0 just like that, and they'll go to that flag. But if we want them to go to location 1 instead of that flag, we just put location 1. And then we'll have them go to the flag. And then we have the delay right here, which after is basically as soon as this response is triggered, it'll start the delay and then send the reinforcements. So as soon as the mission starts, that's the trigger, and then it's going to wait 5 seconds and then send the reinforcements. And that's it. That's like just an incredibly basic reserve script. So we will save the mission. Compile single mission. Which one was I doing? Which one was I saving? A Bob tutorial, I think. We'll save over that one, and we will load up. Oh, do I even have Steam open? Don't think I do. Now, all we need to do is load up that mission, and it should 5 seconds should pass, and they'll go to the flag. Bob tutorial is the one we're looking for. And here we are. And there are reinforcements. They all spawned, and they're headed for the blue flag that was down here instead of the location 1, which is up here. Actually, I don't. If you place the flag away from the location, I don't know if they'll. I don't know if some will go to the flag, some will go to the location. I haven't really tested that out, but that's probably something you can figure out very quickly. But now, if you want them to, I guess we'll just go over some other scripting things that are basically just group settings, just in scripting. But if you remember the scripting, or the group video, you can set locations and set groups for groups. And all that, and a behavior. So all of that is right here. So you got the AI location, 1 and 2, and then AI group, 1 and 2. Remember, if you want to set an AI's group and have the behavior work correctly, you have to set both locations. You have to set both locations to something. And then set their behavior. But all these 5 settings right here, all of those are just these right here: the behavior, the groups, and the zones. They're the same things, just in different areas. And this works immediately, whereas the scripting, you can do stuff before. You can have them change later on through scripting, but those are the exact same things. And it's very easy to use. Nope, son of a bitch. It's just behavior, behavior of the group, and then you have the group behavior just like in the groups menu. Then you have the location of group to location. And then it's the exact same thing for group. Set this group's group to this group. So there we go. That's the basic reserve thing with a little bit of just extra scripting stuff in there. But now we will, I guess I'll do like a repeat thing, like a factory type production thing. So we will spawn a building quick, a factory building. Here we go, find this building right here. We'll spawn right here. We'll leave the flag right there and make sure gate A is selected, and then click right here. So we want them to be spawning right here, right in front of the factory, and then they'll go right here. Actually, you know what? Let's make it location 1 so I can test out the thing. So now, instead of doing it this way, we want to go back. Instead of doing just the one-off like this, we want to start a timer because we want to create a loop. So we'll name this timer 1 and set it to 10 seconds. So as soon as the mission starts, timer 1 is going to be set to 10 seconds. And then we want to make a new script. We'll call it factory factory production. And then the trigger for this is going to be timer 1. So we set timer 1 to start right here. And then this right here is when timer 1 is up. So after 10 seconds, this is going to fire. And then we want to, oh, hold on, we need to set up our reserve first so we can select it. And this is an in-map spawn, so we can only do one at a time. Infantry, you can spawn 4 guys on one tile. But when you're spawning 4 guys repeatedly on one tile, it gets weird. Like it spawns 2, and then it spawns 4, 4, 4. So it's awkward, but it works. But we're just gonna do tanks because that's easy. And it can only fit 1 tank on 1 square. So these are our reserves right here. This is the reserve that's gonna happen again and again and again. So yeah, that's set up. Whoops, get that right there. Back to properties, scripts, factory production. So this timer expires, and then, hello, there we go. Send reinforcement, reserve reinforcement, they're same thing, player. Then we select our type, anchor A, which is moved to right in front of the factory. Location, we'll set that to 1, and then a delay. The timer is going to be the delay. And then we'll create the loop. We'll just start timer. We'll start timer 1 and set that to 10 seconds. So timer 1 is set to 10 seconds and starts counting down as soon as the mission starts. Once timer 1 expires, it sends this reinforcement and then starts timer 1 again at another 10 seconds, and then it creates a loop, just like that. So if we go back into I have to compile it. If we go back into Sudden Strike, we should get a Sherman spawned every 10 seconds from this location right in front of the factory, which will give the effect of, I guess, like a tank being produced. And you can do it with anything: infantry, guns, trucks. If you can spawn it, you can do that with it. And I think we'll talk about markers too, because, you know, you don't want to be endlessly spawning no matter what. We'll talk about how to stop the spawn. So, and there we go. There's our tank right in front of the factory, and he's going to location 1, not the flag down here, because we set that. Another tank. And now we'll see, is he going... Location 1 is pretty big, yeah. Yeah, so they go to location 1. So now, it'll just endlessly do that for the rest of the game, because there is no way to stop it, because of the loop. So it'll just do that forever. But we're going to make a way to stop it. Let's say if the factory gets destroyed. And we do that through markers and one more script. So you go to the markers tab right here. I believe, yeah, you can have a marker 0. Set the marker to under the building. It should, sometimes for like blindages and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to tell if the marker's like actually on it, but if you get it really close like this, like it's kind of half on it, that should work. But this factory is a decently large building, so it's pretty easy to just eyeball it. But we'll make it right here, just to make sure the marker is on this building, because this marker is going to track whether or not this building is alive. So place the marker on the building that you want to, I guess, stop. If it's destroyed, you want it to stop producing stuff. So do that. And then we make one more quick script. So go back to scripts, make a new script. Factory destroyed. Factory destroyed. And then for the trigger, we want to do object is dead. Object is referring to the marker. So object 0, because that's the object we placed, that's the marker we placed under the factory building. So object 0 is dead. And I believe there's markers for, I believe, stuff with planes. Oh, planes are in the response thing. For send planes and start plane route, all this stuff, there's a... Where is it? No, right here. Add route put over object. Object is referring to a marker. Always, from what I've seen. It's just referring to a marker. But anyway, for this, After object 0 is dead or the building on top of marker 0 is destroyed, then we stop timer 1. And then, since timer 1 is stopped, this will never fire again, timer 1 will never be repeated again, and production will just stop. So, now, save mission, compile, and we'll load it up. We'll let a few tanks spawn in, and then we'll just go destroy the building. And then, they should stop spawning. Tutorial.
Colonel.
So yeah, we'll just wait for this guy to spawn in.
Ready to attack.
We'll get 3 tanks out because we don't have any big vehicles really.
Unit ready.
Have them rotate, ready to fire at the building. Wait for that guy to, you guys, start firing.
Stop.
And
Enemy units ready.
next volley should, and there we go, the building's destroyed.
Stop.
And if we just wait here, no, it's not going to spawn again because the building on top of marker 0 is destroyed, therefore it's considered dead. Oh yeah, well, I think I got rid of location 3. Yeah, if you get rid of locations and tell guys to, like, if you set their behavior to something referring to a location, they just kind of roam around randomly. But yeah, there we go. Still nothing spawned because the building's destroyed. So that's how you can probably do some very, very interesting stuff with that, with like reinforcements or just like just stuff like that. And then if this building gets destroyed, then you don't get that anymore. That could make for some interesting stuff. But there we go. We covered both types of reserves, just the normal kind where you just spawn, where it's just like a one-off. I covered a little bit of reserves in the groups video, as in like lives. There is a resurrect command in these scripts. Resurrect units. Resurrect units of group, anchor, position, delay, health, ammo. This is basically like the setting this is basically like setting this on and off for a group. It's telling it to start using its lives. So if a bunch of guys in group A, if a bunch of guys in A0, if all these guys have lives, which I think they do, can I let's go to edit existing. Yeah, look, all these guys in A0 have 5 lives. So if I don't want them to be sent automatically, if I don't want them to resurrect automatically, I can leave this off and then tell them to resurrect later in scripting through the resurrect unit's response. And then it's basically all the same settings. Player, gate, location, delay, and then you can set the experience and ammo in there too. So yeah, a lot of this scripting is very, very straightforward and easy to understand. It's basically just fill in the blank. It's just understanding the blanks is the tricky part for some of it. It's really not too tricky. But yeah, there we go. What would I call that? A factory spawner? Factory spawn type thing? A reoccurring spawn, I guess. But yeah, yeah, that's gonna be it for this, and next time I'll probably cover planes, which is gonna be pretty easy. I think there is a little bit of tricky stuff when it comes to planes, but as for all the scripting, you can probably figure that out. It's not hard. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that all made sense. And yeah, so if you made it here, thank you for watching. If you watch any of my other stuff, thank you for watching that as well. And I will see you in whatever I decide to do next time. So thank you for watching.